I'm like, oh, so he's trying to have a baby mum, a girlfriend, and a side chick. Like, wow, really?
Yeah. Yeah. She's out there, we like to party. Listen up, yeah, it's time to start. Live the good life, the good life.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dating SOS. Today's my emotions. Like, if you're brand new, welcome. Every Friday I upload a story time about my dating experiences. Mostly it started off because everyone was always asking me if I was single, why I was single, and I'm like, it's not easy out there. I'm trying. There's an interesting quote that my mum says about attractive women in dating, but we're not even going to get into that. But she, if you want to know what the quote is and her ideas behind it, tell me and I'll mention it in the next video, but I don't think I'm going to divulge. So today's story, my stories are like sometimes funny, sometimes sad, sometimes depressing. I'm going to try and tell it as best I can in the most truthful and honest way that I can. Please do not forget to subscribe and like the video, and I hope you enjoy what I'm about to tell you, all of my tea. You guys. Today's story is going to be about my first love. We actually bumped into each other about 2 to 3 years ago, and you guys know me, I'm always like, yes, the universe is realigning me. I just so desperately want to find someone who's not going to mess me about. And I keep thinking that's everyone is the one. Not everyone. Wolverine was not the one, but you get the gist. In my desperate need of finding someone, I keep ignoring the red flags, and there are always definitely red flags. Like, I'm completely noticing this as I'm doing this series. But yes, so I remember we bumped into each other. He didn't even recognize we bumped into each other. I was so excited. My hands were shaking. He actually literally appeared on my doorstep. Imagine that. I haven't seen this person for 12 years, and I leave my front door and he's just walking down the street. And I was like, if that is not the universe working, I don't know what is. It definitely was the universe working, but not in the form or in the way in which I was hoping for it to be. And I think I just had all these notions of, like, your first love is either going to set you up for your expectations of, well, your first love will always set you up for your expectations of men moving forward, whether it be good or bad. And he set the bar and my expectations of how I should be treated when I was younger. And you have all these romanticized things in your head. So we exchanged numbers. Everything moved really, really fast. He was texting me, telling me about how he's changed and how he realized they took things for granted, all the things you're supposed to say. And I was kind of like, do you know what, like, such is life. I don't really want to hear all that, but we can start afresh. Moved really quick. He came round, we caught up on New Year's. He was around often, very quickly, talking about moving in, because I had not long, like about a year or so, coming out of like a really long-term relationship. And in fact, the long-term relationship was him, then I was in a relationship for 10 years, and then a year or so later I bumped into him again, and I was fed up of the dating scene 2 years ago when I bumped into him. So yeah, anyway, so the red flags came really quickly. There was one night he was talking about he's going to come see me. He had the biggest red flag. There's a situation where him and his baby mum were off and on for the years, and I don't want to get into people's business, but they've been off and on, and they've been co-parenting. But the red flag was that he wasn't living there anymore, but they've been co-parenting off and on. And like when people are in relationships with, like, I don't know, there's this like new scenario of like, because someone's your baby mum or someone's your baby dad, you just don't let go. So he was technically like homeless when I bumped into him again, like sleeping on his friend's couch, not really having many places to go, missing his daughter, all that sort of stuff. That was his truth anyway. I don't know whether it was the truth, but that was the truth that he had given me. Yeah, so that was the truth that he had given me. So me being me, I was like, you're more than welcome to stay here whenever you feel like it. I was just like in awe. And then he just started to go missing, and I wanted to see the good in this person so bad, and I was calling my mom like, he's gone missing again, he was getting himself in like so many problems, and then he just disappeared on me again. I left it at that, but I didn't, and I chased it more, and then I got back in contact with him. So this is really just like all my stupidity. And again, we tried to make it work. He was the type of person that, you know, I don't like it when people are like, oh my god, like you're too good for me, you're too this for me, and why would you be with me? Like, he had so many insecurities, like it was crazy. Don't project your insecurities onto other people, it's so unhealthy. And yeah, so he had so many insecurities about who I was as a woman and who he was as a man, and how our worlds collided. And I think it just extremely intimidated him. I was, you know, pre-COVID an events tech manager, and yeah, I think that just scared him because he didn't really have a job and didn't really have a home or nothing. Anyway, I'm trying to think of, like, this is not an entertaining story. This is just like your generic baby mama drama, like, as in like him going back and forth between me, his baby mom, me thinking I could change him, me, and she was like, clearly he's vulnerable, clearly he's this, and blah blah. And I just kept taking that in my stride because I was trying to figure out what the hell is going on with me. I just kept trying to figure out what the hell is going on with me in the dating world. What am I missing? Because I can be very like cutthroat. Like, if you're disrespectful, if you're not showing me what I think I deserve, I just cut people out. And I was trying to get rid of this toxic habit to try and maintain a relationship. Anyway, I'm divulging, I'm talking with no substance, we're not getting anywhere. So one day we were in my flat having dinner, and he was showing me like some shopping that he'd done, like some clothes. He was really proud of this shopping basket. He wanted me to see what he'd chosen, and like, I'm saying I was blind, but he was doing really good things. Like, he was going out shopping, like to like Primark, and buying his daughter like bags and bags. He'd get a paycheck and he's just buying clothes for his daughter, buying presents for his daughter. And for me, that was extremely attractive. Because I felt like I could see that he was trying to be a good man. Anyway, so I'm looking at his phone, and he gets a text message from someone called Shay, but it wasn't me. And he just instantly was like, oh, he's got family like in the US, which I do know he does. And the message, all it said is, I'll see. And he was, or yeah, like, I'll let you know, or something like that. And he was like, oh, he's trying to go over to the US to see his family, and his cousin Shay was looking into how they could help in getting him over, etc, etc. But you know, like, the lie just rolled off his tongue so confidently. I feel like I'm a deja vu, like the guy with the phone and the girlfriend on it. And I'm very, very naive. I'm very naive. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah. So, whatever, I stayed with him for a week. He called me at work. He called me on his lunch break. There were times where he brought out the negative in me, though, because my friends literally used to refer to him as the ghost. Like, has he ghosted you again? Has he disappeared on you again? And I was really convinced, like, this is just, but I just knew there was something messy going on between him and his baby mum. So yeah, the text message, Shay, whatever. So I was going on holiday with some of my girls, and 1 week before I went, I'm talking about this guy. Oh, sorry, there were scenarios as well where I'd be like, where are you? And he'd be like, I'm with my daughter, like I already told you. And I was like, you really didn't. So he was just getting confused because he was telling Shay, not this Shay, because Shay is not his cousin, which I find out later. He was just telling Shay nothing of this Shay, where he was and what he was doing, and he got all caught up. And so yeah, he went missing, and I actually genuinely got scared, because although he goes missing sometimes, like this was like gone missing, and we were this guy's not talking about his phone at all, like it's just going to voicemail. I thought the worst had happened. I thought that he'd been like arrested. I felt like he'd got himself into some like trouble. I was like low-key, like genuinely like worried, and I was like, I think I called his phone in like that week like 75 times. I went girl crazy. And I remember after scenario, I was like, I don't ever want to be in a situation where a guy actually makes me, or I allow myself to get like that crazy over someone. So sorry, I'm trying to like find, here we go. Yeah, well, I allow myself to get like that crazy over someone, never ever. So the day before I flew away, and this guy had the keys to my house, everything, and we're talking about, this is not a short time span. This went on for like 6 to 10 months, on and off. And I just wanted him to behave, like to just sort his shit out and just be the person I knew him to be. But it was just a version of him that just didn't exist anymore. So the day before I went away on holiday, he turned up. But in between that, this is why I say to people, don't lie to me, because your lies will get yourself caught, because I believe you. So I'm not even going to question you, and I'm going to go with the story you've told me, and it's going to catch you out. So when he went missing, I found Shay, and telling you no shade, I genuinely thought Shay was his cousin. And I messaged her and I said, oh hey, like I'm so sorry this is out of the blue, I really don't want to disturb you. I just want to know if you know where he is. I can't get through to him, his phone's off. Like, sorry to disturb you. You know, I'm sure the last thing you want to do is, as his cousin, is like hear from like some random girl. And she was so nice. She was like, oh, last I checked, like I spoke to him, his phone was, he put his phone in, and he did have a habit of like, it's hard times, like putting his phone into you know those second-hand pawn shops, and they hold on to things and then they give you money and then you get the money back and blah 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 blah. Because I know he was trying to sort some things for his daughter at the time. So yeah, so I was like, oh okay. And then she goes, question though, I'm a little bit confused as to like why he's told you I'm his cousin. I'm not, like, who are you to him? Like, she's like, we're not together or anything like that, but like, and so I explained who I was, and then she was like, girl, like, I'll let him know that you've messaged me if I see him, but I just want to let you know, like, his intentions aren't pure. So I'm like, what do you mean? Because this is the same week, like, he'd officially moved in, everything, or the same, yeah, couple of weeks, the week before he had, and this sports bra is like, the camera's angled, is all you can see is cleavage, and it's annoying me. So, oh my hair. Yeah, she was like, so I told her who I was. Long story short, she was like, you know, he doesn't have good intentions. He was trying, so the day I saw the text, he was actually trying to organise to hook up with her and book a hotel. Furthermore, like, when anyway, so there was so much that I found out, and how long they've been talking and all of that jazz. And because I genuinely believe where we had been on and off, I don't think he met this girl when he was with me, but the fact that you maintained talking to her whilst we were building literally made me feel sick. And then you've moved in with me, and then whilst we're making dinner, whilst we're talking about the future, whilst we're talking about like me and you getting a house and your daughter having her own bedroom where we live together and all this sort of stuff, you're trying to hook up with someone else or with my name, and which, you know, red flags. Then I started to put two and two together, like when you're always saying to me, I've told you this, I've told you that, he's been getting confused with the Shays. There's only me, but he's getting confused with the Shays because her name's Shay too. But she was lovely. She was all about, you know, girl, I got your back. I'll let you know if I hear from him. She's like, if I see him, I'm gonna cuss him. And I was like, you know, there's no need for any of that because energy exchange, just don't give people that sort of power over you. So yeah, turned up. And I was literally like, who the fuck is, like, tell me the truth, who is she? And he was like, oh, this girl. And you know what I said? I said, you're so dumb. You're so dumb that the universe allowed you to bump into someone. Like, how many Shays do you know in the world? But I was the first Shay, she would have been the second. He doesn't know any other Shay. And instead of you taking that as like the universe or, you know, guiding you, reminding you that you already have someone, you take that as an opportunity to try and cheat on me. I'm telling you guys, I'd never, oh my god, my hair. I went full on like, what is going on here? I went mad. You would have been like the ghetto Shay. The ghetto. Compose yourself. Because I was like, no, I taught you how to love and this is not how I love. Like, what the is gotten into you? Like, this is not love. I don't care about the situations you've had growing up. You don't treat people like this. And I think that's what a lot of people need to understand. We've all been through things, but we know the difference in being a good person and a bad person. We know internally in ourselves, we know the difference. So regardless of what you've gone through, for you to leave a terrible upbringing, a terrible situation, and to bring that into somebody else that you know wants to bring you nothing but good, shame on you. Shame on you. I can't get behind that at all. And so from that situation, for me, that was the end. Like, you disappearing, me finding out that there's another girl that you're trying to date, whilst you disappeared on me for a week, whilst you're telling me that you're not with your baby mum and you've gone back, you're just there to look after your daughter. I'm not a fool now. I've been a fool long enough. This is too much. I was like, give me back my keys. You need to sort your shit out. I'm not dealing with this. Sort yourself out. And that's that. It's got nothing to do with me. Guys, do you know 2 months later, find out that his baby mum is pregnant with their second child, and she's 4 months pregnant? Can you see the maths? Do you see the maths? The universe doesn't want me to be great. You're playing with me. You're playing with the wrong person. Playing with the wrong person. And I'm not even gonna lie, I was that girl that was like sending text message after text message after text message, and I realized that this person, I'd realized before, but it just felt, it's just like devastating. Like, these dating stories that I give you are like not really dating serious. Like, some of them are, but 9 times out of 10, like when I date someone, obviously I'm always dating someone to be in a relationship with someone. Wolverine one, of course, is like funny because it was just so unusual. But as you can see from the last 2 stories, like, I'm always in it to win it, and you guys are just out here disrespecting me. And this is why beauty means nothing. Nothing. There is no power in being an attractive person. So you guys that keep saying to me like, oh my god, you're so beautiful, why are you single? I'm pretty sure that's why I'm single. Because you man just don't know how to behave. Like, when, and that is, anyway, that is like part of the scenario of like what my mum was saying to me about being an attractive woman, because my mum is stunning, absolutely stunning, the best woman I know. And it has taken her, it took her nearly 50 years to finally find someone who did not abuse her in some sort of way, whether it be physically or mentally. And yeah, anyway, if you want to hear like what my mum's scenario is on the dating world for attractive women, let me know and I will put it in the next video. I will start off with the explanation for that. But yes, that is this episode. Like, there's not even a conclusion. I don't talk to this guy anymore. I just know they had a baby. Whether they're together or not, I don't know. Whether he could be in jail for all I know. I think I bumped into the family one day last year, and he just looked miserable. But that's your karma. It's your karma, because he used to talk so bad about his baby mom and the dramas and the stress, but you wanted your cake and you wanted to eat it too, and you wanted some sweeties on the side, and then you also wanted some custard and some gravy, and I don't know, the whole custard and gravy. You wanted too much and you got greedy, and the universe said, you know what, take responsibility for your actions. I have no idea if this person would ever watch this video, but yeah, that is that scenario. Like I said, it's dating SOS, because I'm like, help me. If you have liked this video, if you enjoy taking a peek into my life, please subscribe. There will be one every Friday. Sundays I also do fashion hauls for women with that slightly chubbier, and we have problems with different things and trying on clothes, blah 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 blah. But anyway, I divulge. Like this video, subscribe, and as I always say, spread love, light and positivity everywhere you go, so no one else has to have these terrible stories that entertain you. No, that was gross. But yes, lovelies, I don't even know, when I do editing, like this story went all I know is you tried to cheat on me. You tried to lie on me. I am protected by the Most High. You will just never get away with it. Even in my naivety. The universe has always got my back, and it's exposing the truth of some of you people. And like, shit, some of you really ain't shit. Like, what? One thing I'm learning is there's always someone else, and that is actually so sad, that there is always someone else. A lot of things are lost in this like world, in this generation. It's all a bit fucked up, but anyway, like I said, spread love, light, positivity everywhere you go. I will see you guys on Sunday if you're here for my fashion hauls. We've got but yeah, alright, bye guys.
I still wanna party with her.